Hey there guys, what's going on? And welcome back to the Ultimate RTG, and we've got in here a personal best. Let's get it, boys, on the road to glory already. And as you're going to be seeing, the last 10 games of the weekly breakdown, we've been playing against top 100 players, competitive ones, and in general, the matchmaking on Sunday was really difficult. But I gotta say, get the NA out of it. Get them going. Match fixing, top 100 leaderboards are false. EA, get on the case. I'm serious, but I'll be explaining everything as to what's going on in the FIFA community in today's video. And like I always say, if you're enjoying this series, please do leave a big thumbs up. If we can aim for over 3,000 likes for a new record on the RTG, that would be much appreciated. And if you're wanting to keep up to date with football news around the world, One Football, download the app. Links can be found below. So on Sunday, it was really difficult. And I know that you guys have probably gone through this yourself, like whether the game's fast, slow, whatever. You sometimes come up against that one player that you deep down know doesn't make any difference what connection you're playing, he's gonna slap you up. And I faced a guy who goes by the name of Gentle Mike. He was outperforming supposedly a professional player that I played, right? And I was looking at the pressure that he was putting on in the midfield, the composure in the attack, defensively. Now, although with the way the game went, I was 1-0 up, it was against the run of play, and then later on, he scored a goal, it got taken to penalties, and he won, which in actual fact, he deserved the win anyway. It was one of those games where I was riding my luck a little bit, and I have noticed, right, in slow gameplay, as I'm playing defensive, I always play defensive against these better players, I don't really have the support on the wings, and then I don't have the control over the ball to avoid being closed down. Whereas when the gameplay is good, I can use a bit more on the strafe dribbling, and I can wait for my players to support the attack. So maybe in slow gameplay, it's worse for me to be too defensive because I don't have anything going forward. And that's why I went and watched this game back on the Champ's channel, and I saw what he was doing, and he just completely controlled the game. He was very good defensively, just everything, right? And then that name stuck with me, and I thought, Christ, he probably was the best player that I played all weekend. Check the top 100, and there you go. 29 wins, and his loss was against like a really good professional. So I think that looking back at some of these games and just being honest with myself, I can see exactly where I'm going wrong. And first of all, that's one thing that I'm going to be taking from this weekendly run, is that I'm a little bit too defensive in the bad gameplay. Good gameplay, defensive is fine, because like I say, I've got the control in the wings. So that's something that I'm going to adjust, and I'm going to work on some custom tactics. So yeah, maybe that will get us the extra couple of wins. But I will announce that we were able to finish on 26 wins, considering the road to glory side that we're using right now. We've got Lucas still in the team, we've got Felipe Anderson, you know, like it's not top tier, and even the teams that I'm facing, I'm just getting absolutely out teamed, you know. I'm coming up against Mbappe, Neymar constantly, and they are a real threat. But I'm very happy with what we've been able to achieve, and we've faced what, top 100 players, pro players this weekend, competitive ones, so all that we needed was an extra 1 win to get Elite 1. But I can see that we are making progress, and I am using double man press way too much. Like, I'm looking at my Champ channels, my gameplay back, and I'm looking at the controller input, double man press pretty much all over the place, and I don't even feel like I'm doing it, but it's something that I've got a bad habit that I need to break. But with the way the team was playing, boys, like Sergio Ramos, I'm telling you now, please, for the love of God, buy this card. I don't care if it's a big investment. It's 160,000 coins. If you've got that, please, for the love of God, just buy him, test him out. If you don't like him, then just sell him after Thursday when he goes up in price. Like, this man, like, has something special about the card. I've used Rio Ferdinand Baby, and I'm going to have like a bonus video coming out later tonight explaining if he's worth it, Buchagueno, Dele Alli Ultimate Scream, all of those. But there is something with Ramos that I really enjoy about his card, and I think it comes down to the aggression, the strength, the radius. Like, even when he's missed a challenge, if you're near him, he just sucks you in and then starts like bullying you. He even scored a banger towards the end. I think that was in the last game. He scored an outrageous long shot. So he has been like my favorite signing this weekend. Also with Sissoko, I was noticing the defensive support on the track back using his strength. He was very good for me, but I'm wanting to make some big upgrades in the attack. Felipe Anderson is going to be dropped. Lucas is going to be dropped. Sissoko will probably have to be dropped for chemistry reasons, so he's got to go. So I'm really going to use all of these coins, as well as squad battle rewards that we're going to be opening in just a second, hopefully we can make enough coins to bring in either some ultimate scream cards or just a really good marquee signing. Maybe like a beastly CDM. I don't know how many coins we're going to have after like the Weekend League reward. So as you know, we finished in Elite 2. We fell short of Elite 1. But the team of the week is looking quite nice. Like Griezmann could possibly be in there. Messi, but I don't think they give one to Messi. Di Maria. I just want to like sell these cards on and upgrade our starting 11. So with the custom tactics, I was running the 4-2-3-1. And then as the games went on, towards the end, I tend to switch into a 4-2-2-2 just to get like a few more options in the attack. And it goes back to the point that I made. I'm a little bit too defensive, and I'm going to be playing around with a few of these to just try and get better. And as I do get better and improve with the pressure in the midfield, I think that's when I'm going to start noticing the difference between like finishing in around like Elite 3, Elite 2, like teetering around those two ranks, and then I might get consistent and start finishing in Elite 1. I think it's pressure in the midfield and having support in the attack. I've got to find the right balance of defending well and also having that attacking threat, because that's why I think a lot of these players are finding it difficult to beat me right now. It's just because I'm sitting maybe a few too many behind the ball. But it is what it is. That's the Weekend League, and with the team that I'm using, I've pretty much got to play like that, otherwise I'll be exposed. But let's move on to what's been happening in the FIFA community, boys. Match fixing. So this is annoying because if you're a genuine player on the game, just take for example Mike that I came up against. He was having to face like 28-0s or like 16-0s, 17-0s, and his match making looked pretty difficult, and he got into the top 100. Now, how unfair would it be if he got knocked out because other people in the NA, I don't believe that this is just going on in the NA, it's probably happening in the EU and just worldwide, right? But he could have been knocked out because those in the NA specifically right now have a Discord where they let other people know when they're searching. So a lot of these professional players and competitive guys, they're not coming up against like true matchmaking. So it's all rigged. And that's why like the top 100, I remember like on FIFA 17, it used to be a few times 26 wins, 27s. And all of a sudden, like for me to get into the top 100, I would require right now 29 wins because I don't play all of my games on Friday or Saturday. And that is quite difficult. I don't know if I'd ever be able to get 29 wins on the road to glory. Well, not right now anyway. I'd need to put in a lot of practice, a lot of work. So I hope that EA are aware of this, but how do they really stop it? Well, there's one way. Instead of having like a worldwide top 100 leaderboard, why not have it set to a region, or in fact remove all of that completely and just have it based on like a ladder reward system. So if you finish on 30, maybe scale down the rewards a little bit so you're not receiving like an ultimate pack. I know that a lot of people would be mad, but I think it's just better for the game. Although like you'll still have people like match fixing, it's not going to spoil it for everybody else. So if you finish on 30 wins, you get like a specific amount of packs, 29, 28, and it's all scaled down. So it just doesn't really cause other people to be screwed over. It's just a shame, right? Because whenever there's like money at the end of the tunnel or anything like that, people will find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, and everyone just wants to cheat, unfortunately. But with FIFA 20, even when the game is slow, when the game is fast, I do feel like we are making some progress, and it just has opened up my eyes. Like playing against a few of these competitive players this weekend, I know exactly where I'm going wrong. I'm using double man press way too much. I'm not having the support in the attack, and I feel like sometimes I do rush my play, but for the most part, like I do like to play quick, and I like to play as unpredictable as I can against these quality of opponents. So as we start bringing in a few more of these big upgrades, Neymar I think is like #1 priority right now. Every time I come up against Neymar I struggle. It's like his cut inside animations are just so smooth, and he's just beautiful with them. So defensively it is very strong right now, but we might have to make some upgrades. But in the attack, like I say, I'm looking for a new striker. Really, like Lucas is good and all, but he's not clinical enough, and I want to find strength, power, speed, finishing. I really want like another version of an Mbappe, you know, or another version of a Human Son. Maybe just buy a Human Son. because I've already got Suzuka right and we could get some chemistry. Heung-min-son, how much is he? Having him lead the line with the 5-star weak foot, that would be lethal. But I do want to be a little bit more attacking next week, but don't go too crazy, you know, because what we've got going is something special. We've just missed out on Elite 1 with our team. So I'm really happy with that. But some of the some of the games were taken to penalties. 3 penalty shootouts, in fact. So you can tell how like sweaty it is. And a few of these games, I mean, I could have done a little bit better in like the full 90, so it didn't have to go to extra time, then eventually penalties. But we won 2 penalties out of 3, so I'm pretty happy with that. My penalty kick technique has got a lot better, but I still feel like the system itself is kind of flawed. But boys, I mean, 26 wins on the road to glory. What can I say? What a weekend, man. And the improvements have been made. So let's go back to the team. I'll go through the stats and finalize everything. And we've got squad battle rewards and all that good stuff. So I'll see you boys in 2. So the first weekend on the RTG, we fall short of Elite 3. The following weekend, we just fall short of Elite 2. And this weekend, we just miss out on Elite 1 by 1 game. So you're telling me that next week we're just going to miss out on top 100? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, and that's why I don't really care so much about these results right now. I want to iron out the creases in my gameplay, and this is what I'm starting to notice. Like, my bad habits will allow me to get into Elite 3, Elite 2, and sometimes Elite 1, but it's going to hold me back against those top 100 players, professional players, and just competitive ones. And if I do stop like with the double man press and I give myself a bit more support going forward in the attack, and I don't just sit back and just defend constantly over and over again and not having that attacking threat, maybe that's the difference of finishing in these higher ranks, right? And that's what it's about. On the RTG, I really want top 100 this FIFA. And that's why I'm going out of my way to watch the Champions channel. And I'm really trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong and what these guys are doing right. So just really happy though. 26 wins is a massive achievement. And you know the team that I'm using right now, it's not really that stacked, but we've put together a balanced side. And I really do recommend it. So squad battle rewards, boys. Hopefully we finish in Elite. Oh my God, I forgot to play. I forgot to play. Damn. Is gold 1 good? What do I get for gold 1? Prime mixed players, jumbo gold 11,000, prime gold players. I guess it's all good. Damn. My bad. Let's go and open these packs. So what I need from you guys are some recommendations as to what we bring into our starting 11. So who have we got? Suzuka, Lucas, Felipe Anderson. I'm looking to drop really like that left-hand side link in the 4-5-1 formation. And then Sterling, although Sterling's quite easy to get in because of Wan-Bissaka and I really like him, we could even drop Sterling and then free up coins and start purchasing someone that is true quality. Not to say that Sterling didn't play well this weekend. He's probably one of my better players, and when the game is good, my good God, he can just drop, weave and cut past everybody, and his finishing for the most part is pretty consistent, so I like him. But I'm just trying to think, like, who could I go and bring in? I need someone who is super clinical in front of goal, and that is what I believe is holding me back in a few of these games. Lucas was banging them in, and I don't know if I would sell the guy. Maybe I'd have to, depending on who we're looking to bring in, obviously. But Lucas as an impact star would be outstanding, but I've already got like Quincy Premiers for that, and a lot of these other like cheap options. So if I sell Lucas, if I was to sell Sissoko, Sterling, I would be freeing up quite a few coins, as well as division rivals. I'm going to be taking untradeable packs though, so division rivals don't really pay too much attention to that. It's all about FUT champ rewards and those tradable team of the weeks. And like I mentioned, like team of the week might be really good. Did I not get any walkouts? Wow, what a waste. Well, I wasn't really playing squad battles for like the sake of playing. I was doing the objectives. And my record right now is so bad, but I still think that I need to lower myself a little bit to get these cross goals with the Serie A players. I still need to do Dzeko. I just haven't had the time. I've been focusing on the weekend league. But let's go back to the team, boys. And I want to really go over a few of these cards that were just fantastic. Now, with Oblak, the truth is, as I've played 69 games with the card, he has a tendency to do things that you just don't expect from a 91 rated keeper. And I think that goes for most goalkeepers on the game. It's FIFA. You know they're going to make some mistakes. But with Oblak, I feel like he can save you, and he's got that ability to be the difference, but also he does like tend to mess up. So he's a bit sketchy, and I think if I've got some spare coins left over and I keep the same defense, I'm going to be bringing in Ter Stegen or someone like that. Just changing it up really. But with the way Sergio Ramos and Eder Militao played for me this weekend, I think it would be a bad move to get rid of them for next week. I think we've found something special in these two. Let's give them another go for the following week and see if I can stay consistent. Wan-Bissaka is always really good, but even himself on the ball at times, he doesn't feel amazing. And I have like noticed that a little bit, maybe because everyone has got a few more coins to be bringing in these elite players, especially when I'm facing like Neymar. It's quite difficult to keep track of him. So Wan-Bissaka, he's not a must. We could get rid of him, you know. Sterling, like I said, he's amazing for me, but I might be able to find someone who's better than that, you know, that offers me like a similar style. Semedo was awesome, right? But with him playing as a left back, his passing on the weaker foot does cost me. And that's why he's great, but I kind of want to play him as a right back. What I could do is I could drop Wan-Bissaka and I could use Mendy off chemistry and then have Mendy as my left back and then Semedo as my right back. That's also a possibility. But Allen, I feel like Allen and Insigne for me on this game right now is an absolute must until we start seeing a few more informed special cards promos that I can really like get the most out of them. Because 125 games, 93 goals and 54 assists with me quitting out a ton of games, he has got at least more than a goal a game. Like in genuine games, he's got more than a goal a game. And just the way he's able to finish, there's something really broken with his card, and obviously Allen is outstanding. So we really need a striker, a new CDM if we don't use Sissoko, and then a left mid that can play as a left attacking mid. If you've got any suggestions, I don't know how many coins we're going to have, right? Let's say, well, we're on about 100,000 and I can sell the informed Golovin that I purchased the other day. So Lucas, we bought him for 49,000. I feel like some of these player prices are coming down. Yeah, 40,000 not selling. I think the market has dipped. So 40,000, Sissoko we bought for, how much is he? 25,000 now. 36. Damn. We've lost a lot of coins. But have we really? Because we've gained from finishing in Elite 2. But we have to sort all of this out. But if you've got any like suggestions you want to throw at me, or you've got any ideas as to where we could take the team, maybe switch up like the starter formation just to get chemistry, you know. But it's really trying to figure out a way to get Allen and Insigne. Unless I just go for, right? Unless I just go for Mertens next weekend and have him as our striker. Is he good enough to lead the line though? He's very weak. I don't mind Insigne, but if I'm bringing in two really weak players, like one of the reasons why I think Lucas works well is that he has this weird strength about him sometimes. He bounces off of players. Likewise with Insigne, whereas Mertens, would he have that quality? Maybe time will tell. Do you want to see Mertens? Let me know in the comments. But boys, that is where I'm going to love and leave you. Please do leave a big thumbs up. Later tonight, you're going to have a bonus video that has Buchagueno and all of those players that I've tested out. And I'll let you know if they're worth it. But thank you for watching. Team out. Peace.